Wow, this Terrence Gangster Williams, a.k.a. OG Giggity, a.k.a. Mr. Answer Right Back, a.k.a. the People's Champ, Terrence Civilian Williams. We're going to talk about the twins, Harry and Daryl, two legends from downtown. Some people say out the Desire Project, and some say they know them from out the being in the 7th Ward. Anyway, they're from downtown. Name's been ringing for years. Been getting money since the 80s. Shout out to Slum 1200. I like what he did, but that's a hard topic to touch on. And the reason why I say that, because when we talk about gangsters of the city of New Orleans in the 90s, let me show y'all this picture here. See this picture right here? Two Pistol and Pooh Man. They was part of that 90 run. I did a video on Pooh Man. I remember talking about Two Pistol. The one in the middle is Daryl. So you got Daryl that's with these two known steppers from the city of New Orleans. Known steppers. I first met Two Pistol in the Calio Project. He had walked up to me. He was like, you gangsta out the main door? I said, yeah. He said, you got into it with my cousin George out the Milf? I said, yeah. He said, man, I like you. He said, yeah, I heard about y'all got into it. And we just left it alone. He was in the caddy by Randall, and I was back there with Randall. Pooh Man. I first met Pooh Man in JRDC up in Baker, Louisiana, in juvenile jail. Then he would later be running with Terrell, a gangster out the Calio Project, old head. Me and Pooh Man had a talk one night. Killer Stone got some hair, bought up. They had jacked somebody, and Killer Stone just bought it all the heroin from them just to keep them from hustling in that driveway, keep the traffic. Killer Stone was smarter than I think about it. But anyway, I brought that up because Slum 1200 on YouTube channel, he brought up the gangsters of the 90s. And of course I will be biased and say, you know, the names like Black and Mo, Eric Maurice, Levi, Tony D, JoJo, Toto out the 10th Ward, Claudia B out the Magnolia. Of course I'm gonna name the people that I know or I ran with, but when you think about it, there are some gangsters from the city of New Orleans. And those are the I just named uptown. I didn't even touch downtown. That's why I had this picture right here that I just showed. And then look, Harry and Daryl, look what he with right here. So you got two brothers, been to the Fed, been to Angola, they went to Angola in the 80s for a hat, for deleting someone, been getting money. When I first met Harry and Daryl, my case got overturned in 2002. I was in they was at court. So what they do when if you go into Orleans Parish, they'll bring you to the courthouse, then you get on the van, whatever jail you're going to, you ride back with them. So Harry and Daryl was in the holding tank, and they was talking about the Lexus they had with the diamonds on the rims and stuff. And I'm like, oh, y'all Harry and Daryl, I finally get to see you guys. I heard a lot about y'all, blah, blah. And so happened, Daryl had heard who I was because one of Daryl, the mother of his child, one of the mother of his children, she helped me out when a homicide detective was trying to pin a homicide on me and I didn't have nothing to do. And he admitted to her that, yeah, I know he didn't do it, but I got to get him off the street for all the other stuff he done did. So that's how he was familiar who I was. I came back. I went straight in the cell with Harold, and I would later see them again in the federal system. I think Darryl was there first. And the crazy part about it, it was a beef that was about to go down because Harold got there and T-Dub out the Calio. So T-Dub was talking to the homies and they was about to give him a knife. And I said, no, don't do that. T-Dub, look, man, stay out of my business. I said, bro, you short to go home. And now T-Dub was someone I was beefing with on the street. And I was like, man, don't do that. No. We talked. He was like, boy, yeah, you changed. I can tell you changed. Because here's a guy that I was beefing on the street, and I'm telling him, no, don't stab these guys or this brother right here and mess around. If you kill him, now you're not never getting out of prison. So we talked. My mother had talked to Tita and talked to Harry and Darryl. We squashed that, and we all stayed on the compound together. But just the fact that these two old heads been in Angola, been in the feds, now home, riding around the city of New Orleans in a Rolls Royce, they cutting up out there. They got the construction company. They went home and done something positive, and now they enjoying life. But when they go to speaking on the 90s gangsters, there's too many of them in the city of New Orleans. Now if a person do project, he get away with it. But just try to name your top 10, it's hard. Because like I said, I named my people, I didn't even name the Calio. That name was ringing, his name was ringing, late 80s, early 90s. I didn't even name them. Then there's no way you're gonna put Wango before T-Dub. Can't do that. But like I say, you have people that hear about this person, hear about that person, but don't really know what was really going on unless you was right there in the mix of it. And that's another story. But anyway, I just want to speak on Harry and Darryl. 504 Street Stories Unplugged, about to do something real big, about to give y'all like a little brief documentary, like a little, how you do his little video. He about to do something real big with them. So I'm gonna get up off the gas right now and let him take over, because he know how to put that stuff together. But y'all know my motto. Let's say no to drug. Let's stop the violence. Put the guns down. Make sure y'all get tested for HIV and AIDS, because y'all need to know y'all status. We got the nonprofit. They need us. The Instagram. They need us. Third War. The movie. Them Boys at War. The reality show. Surviving Without Birdman is on this channel right now. Y'all check it out. Thank y'all for all love and support. One.